guys, welcome back to our channel. As always, you know it's a channel for me and you, and there's no me without you. If you're seeing my face for the first time, you are welcome to the family. Please like, share, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for all the love. In today's video, we are going to be installing this wig. Yes, it's a DIY wig. I have the video of the DIY wig on the channel, and as well as this makeup look. I have those two videos on the channel, so if you want to see those videos, please check the link in the description box, or I'm just going to have the links right here on the top of the screen. These are the tools I'm going to be using: a styling mousse, this design and hold spray is going to help hold the wig down, and hair wax, and a brush to lay my edges. And without any delay, let's go straight into the video. So I already have this wig cap on. I'm just going to put on the wig. I really love this wig because it's not so heavy. I don't like wigs that are very heavy, so I think this is just a perfect one, and with the fact that it's black, I just love it. Here we go. So I'm just going to cut out this net. And this wig is just absolutely gorgeous. Okay, I decided to move the camera really close so that you can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to cut the net close to the hairline. Okay, this net that I used right here in this wig is a regular net. I got it from a tailoring store where they sell sewing materials. So it's not really the wig nets, but it works for me, yeah, and it's really affordable. It's so much affordable, way more affordable than the actual nets they use for the wig, and it works. So I'm like, why don't I use it? And in the end, I'm just going to blend it up with my foundation. Well, one thing I realized, it's best when you use a foundation that it's maybe one shade darker than your skin. You're really going to love it. You're not going to notice the difference between your skin and the net. Okay, at this point, I'm just trying to be careful and making sure that I do not cut out the baby hairs that I laid in front, because the baby hairs are really tiny, and in the end, they are going to give some kind of special beauty to this wig. So when cutting out the net, just be very careful. And at the same time, I want to cut really close to the hair itself. And I also know that this scissors I'm using, this pair of scissors, is bigger than the usual one people use. So it's another reason I have to be extremely careful. But everything that I use, the net, the scissors, everything worked. Okay, I've never done this before. This is my first time, so I have to be extremely careful. This is what I cut out. And now to hide this color, I'm going to use my shade of foundation or powder on the net, on this net. Okay, this is the foundation that I'm using. I'm just pressing some on a beauty blender, on my beauty blender, and I'm going to dab it on the net from the inside, not from the outside of the net, from the inside, the part that's going to touch my cap on my head. I'm just going to dab it in and kind of blend it in. Okay, this is the result right here. I actually tried to get a brown skin net, but I couldn't, so I decided to get this one. This one was kind of white because I knew I could actually use my shade of foundation on it. Well, I realized that it wasn't as dark as I wanted, so eventually like the next day actually, I went in with a darker shade of powder. Actually, you can use a darker shade of powder or brown eyeshadow. I'm going to show you a picture of how it looked when I used the dark brown eyeshadow. But for now, I'm just bringing back the baby hairs. I pushed them to the back initially so that I could cut out my net. So now that I'm done cutting out the nets, I'm bringing back the baby hairs, which are really long as you can see. So I'm also going to cut them to a shorter length. Okay, let's cut this out. Okay, this time around I'm using a blade. I'm not using a pair of scissors, and I'm trying to be careful with the length, making sure it's not too short. Rather it's too long than too short. If it's too long, then I can cut it again, but I don't want it to be too long or too short, so I also have to be careful. Okay, so this is the length that I'm working with. I'm going to be using the brush and the hair wax that I showed you earlier. Just going to be taking some of the hair wax and use it to style the baby hair. Here's why I decided to style the baby hair before I use the hold spray. The hold spray is also going to help hold down the baby hair, to help hold it in place. It's going to do two things actually. It's going to hold the wig to my wig cap, the cap that I have in my hair. It's going to hold it down so that it's not moving and it's in place and it doesn't fall off. And it's also going to help me hold my baby hair in place, help it stay dry, and help it stay in place for as long as I want to wear it, if it's the entire day or whatever. So those are the two things I'm using the hold spray for. In this video, I didn't use the styling mousse, but you can also use the styling mousse for the baby hair. Like when you're done with the baby gel, you can just apply some styling mousse on top. And I'm not a pro at doing baby hair, but I have to do what has to be done, okay? It gives this wig a kind of different vibe. It adds to the beauty, it makes it look really, really beautiful. Okay, at this point, you can really see the net that I use is looking really obvious because I'm very close to the camera, but I'm glad I took the advice that I was given. The next day, I used a darker shade of powder. I actually used a dark brown eyeshadow because I couldn't find a powder that was dark enough in my powder palette. I used the darkest shade of powder that I had in my powder palette after the foundation, and it was still looking like this. And the next day someone gave me an advice to use a dark brown eyeshadow, and I did. And before the end of the video, I'm going to show you. Now this is the hood spray that I told you about. After using the edge control or hair wax, I'm just going to spray it on top. It's going to help keep my wig in place and help keep the baby hair in place. I'm going to be tying to hold it. At least that's what I see people do. I'm going to tie to hold this, and we're going to proceed to a makeup look. Okay, now let's take this out and see how our hair is looking. Revelation time. Oh, please be good. This is my first attempt. First time ever. Oh, wow. This is beautiful. Great. Okay, this is a video of the hair the next day. Am I not just a fine girl with or without makeup? And I got someone to do a video so that I could also show you the back of the wig. The back is so beautiful. And look at my dress. It's a DIY dress. The wig is so beautiful. The hair is so beautiful. Everything just looks so good. Okay guys, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Promises to always be fun in this video. The makeup tutorial and the DIY wig tutorial is on this channel. Please remember to check it out. I love you so much guys. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.